teaching you how to protect yourself, not how to fight. There is a difference.
Here. And just. That's it. Good. Don't waste a shot. This is the premise of what we call Ichigeki Izaki, that every shot counts. So end it in one blow. And then this is where you string your students up?
Yeah.
No. So if you don't do what you're told, you get crucified.
So this is a Kobudo Makiwara.
Right.
Right?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So it's not used at the minute because I snapped it.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So I need to put a new base on it because I snapped it with a ball.
I love so basically the same power generation but with weapons.
Yeah. Okay, this is Kobudo Makiwara. Same Makiwara, same Makiwara. Okay. But I snapped it. So I'm going to refer that, yeah. And then that's it, so hold your own tools, yeah, so Chishi, Kongo Ken, just karate's strength exercises.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask you was, what do you get out of teaching? Because you've been doing it a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of different now. You've experienced what we do too. That's probably about half a class.
Yeah. And it's tip of the iceberg. I know all these things is always tip of the iceberg.
And it's just kind of, I haven't taught children for a long time, a hell of a long time, because of the nature of what we teach.
Yeah.
You can't teach children the reality of dealing with violence. You can teach them awareness, things like that, so what to do with the bully and things like that. But I made that, my martial journey has never been that. I got forced into it just because I had nowhere else to go for a short period in my journey. But it was coming back to this a bit. And I think it's because of my upbringing. I was brought up on a relatively rough council estate where fighting was a daily thing. School was the same. Of course, it's the same people from your estate that's on the school. And it was kind of in me right from the get-go was about. It's about protecting yourself. And then as I've progressed over the years, and certainly as I've started to look at Kata differently, and you realise what Kata is, that it's not a performance, that it is purely, it's a mnemonic system to teach you certain things, whether that's application to deal with violence or whether it's a principle, be it power generation, things like this. But it all gears towards, originally it all gears towards sharing someone's ideas about how to deal with a violent confrontation in a non-consensual way.
Yeah.
It was never meant to be against another karate person.
No.
That's modern, that's very modern. That's as modern as like the 60s, late 50s, 60s that.
Yeah, and we have that discussion, probably it comes up once a month, once every 6 weeks, where we'll do an application of something from Goju, because I focus primarily on Goju, and someone will say, oh yeah, but if we do like that, and I'll be like, well, why are you standing there like this with someone doing that? It's completely different dynamic. In fact, this just came up on Thursday. And it's exactly what you say. It wasn't, the application article was made for that. Made for us punching the cat.
You've got to understand that. And even Funakoshi said it, that Kata is one thing and real fighting is another. And what he meant by that was, what you get from Kata is to deal with non-consensual violence. So what that means is I'm dealing with an aggressor, maybe 1, 2 or whatever, and it is primarily an attack that I'm either controlling or it escalates to that. It wasn't meant to be a fight. So you'll see some of the memes that I'm teaching you how to protect yourself, not how to fight. There is a difference. Okay, Nore. So what you've got to realise here is what we're actually working on, is we're two human beings, right? So we have innate traits that we must understand. One of them is that we flinch, and the other one is that we need to be kind of balanced and this way. So I flinched. It's my initial one. This is a human trait for me, that flinch. Then I'm kind of a trained response.
When I take this, if I take him off, this is what Kazushi's all about. If I take his balance, for him now to attack, he will either regain his balance by pushing towards me or step away to regain his balance. Either way, that gives me a feedback. I know there's not 100%, right? Because if he walked up and attacked and the same thing, exactly the same thing happened, right there, then it's an attack. It's slightly different on what he'll do. But if I take his balance, he will regain that balance. Yeah? Because if he doesn't, and he throws it, he attempts to hit me, right? Then it's innately, he knows he can't hit me. So he'll either try to push it back to me, or he will turn to try and get his space to hit me. Either way, there is a feedback there for me. If I'm not going into the tunnel vision, if I'm still thinking, I'm still working what to happen. Do you understand? Right, so exactly the same one. So the second part is where he goes to smash me on the head with something. Okay? And it's done this way. Yes, I know they can smash it that way, but we'll cover that when we talk about the hook. This is still the same position. This one is where he goes to hit me on the head with a blunt instrument. Okay? Believe it or not many people hit you on the head like that with their hands. They don't. Yeah? They do when they've got a bottle in the hand, when they've got something like this. Yeah? So it's the same principle, just come up. Now, what's different is if he's got something in his hand and I'm controlling that space, what I would do before we started is if I'm controlling that dead space and that arm comes up, I'm going to attack because he's got something in that hand. But let's say, for the argument of just starting the drill off, I haven't seen that. It's kind of hidden behind his side when he walks up. And I'll go, what's up, man? And all of a sudden that comes screaming down into my head. Okay? If he walks up to it and it's in his hand, it's a different ball game. Okay? I said this last week about if he's got something in that hand, right? Have a guess which hand he's going to attack with. Have a wild guess. Not 100%, because he might grab with the other hand than that, but it's a wild guess. If he's got me with this hand and he's saying, come with me, right? You need to think about this. That's a gift. Why is it a gift? Yeah. I know he's going to hit me with that or that. Yeah, when he's here, what's he going to hit me with? It's a lobster, isn't it? As soon as he grabs, that one's taken the equation. So I said to V, if you get grabbed like this and he pulls and goes, come with me, it's okay, then I will follow him, he's gone. Because the same applies on the opposite side. If he grabs me here and starts to pull, what can't he do here? Yeah. So there's no need for me to take this off. The only way, even if he grabs me around the throat, the worst thing, if you're being choked, the worst thing to do, right, is attempt to get something bigger. If he was choking you, there's no way you'll get this off. Yeah? You can't go, this kind of thing and all that. No. You just immediately get attacked. When you attack, yeah? You've got 2-3 seconds before that choke starts taking effect and you're black. So you need to not get this off. You will not get that off. Probably I wouldn't get that off. Okay? It's a strong guy. And if he's digging in and I'm choking, I need to attack him. So, at this point here, the shot comes steaming in, and I react exactly the same. But now, because I've gone forward more, I'm going to end up at the back. Now, this is slightly different. Okay? So I'm here, and I go here. Now, what's different about this than the first one? Yeah, and what's the difference in the attack? Yeah. So I can't afford to have that start to come back. So I don't go now for Kazushi. He's got a weapon in his hand, I've got to immediately on the attack. So at Flinch, I've got to here immediately. He's taller than me, so I'm going to bring him down. I'm going to immediately attack. Immediately. Because something's got to smash me in the head. In this one, we're having a conversation, and he goes to grab, or he goes to punch. With this one, something's comes steaming on my I am going to immediately attack. No Kazushi taking, no controlling the distance. I flinch and then I attack. The first one is a flinch, control the situation, it could have been anything now. This one is completely different. This is a straight attack.
Right, so what I get from teaching these days, it's two-way. Because I've got a class now of very senior people,
Yeah.
I teach, we discuss, and I get ideas bounced back. So it's a two-way thing, you know. It's like, for example, we've just done an exam. Now the exam lasted 6 weeks.
Yeah, I saw the poster.
Yeah. So, and the idea for that was every single class for 6 weeks it was exam. So I was on the floor, and I was saying, right, tonight we're doing this kata. Right? Show me the kata. So they maybe do the kata 3 times. Split into pairs and then we start to demonstrate, but not just to me. This is what I thought was really unique about it. It's the first time I've done it actually. I allowed it to be a completely open forum. So when the person demonstrated their technique from the kata, for example, I'll let the other guys question it. So even the people taking the exam questioned the people taking the exam. And what it gave back was such a fantastic knowledge, and it this is why it took so long, because it allowed them to show their knowledge. What the best for me was, and this was fantastic, I was like welling up and stuff, is like so Aaron's showing stuff from kata, and I'm kind of stood over there and I'm going, in my head I'm going, I'm not showing that. That's his own study. That's from his own, you know, delving into this kata. That's what I want. That's exactly what you want. Yeah. Sensei Koryu used to always say, a good sensei has a ladder on his back, not a slide. You know, you want your students just to pass you. And they should do, because you've been through the shit for them. They don't have to go through that. So what they should get, certainly if you're a sensei that continues to study, they should get only the best. When I was coming through, probably you've seen yourself, through the 80s and 90s, there was so much crap about it. But we didn't know any different. You look back now, I've got guys who come here from other martial arts, judo, karate, and they walk in and they're like, I've just wasted 20 years. And I said, you've not wasted 20 years, you just spent 20 years formulating a really good base for me to now work from.
Almost just kind of flinched here to get away from it, okay? Now, I'm watching his back. What I don't do is a very strong urge here now to punch him in the back, right? I'm also punching him in the ass. He's a big guy. If I go, you understand? So this is part of what we study when we talk about Chibude. It's about not just like vital points, but where to hit with what. Okay, like tools and turnings. So I've come here and I've got shit on there and I'm here, immediately I've got one chance. Most people used to say it all the time. Regardless of where you end up, you need to get back to headhunting. So my only shot here, I'm not going to try even attempt his body. Okay, I will just come in and allow me to attack the head. Do you understand? Now, if it was Martin, right, who's smaller than me, and he was to smash me on the head, and I would be there, then yes. This now is a quiet, straight in. He's gone. To be truthful, with Martin, his head's brilliant, just okay?
I split it right down the middle, right? So self-protection is about dealing with everything from your awareness, like we've done today, where you are, what's your environment, all these kind of things, reading body language, reading people's personality traits, all that's part of your self-protection. Then trying to be preemptive is your ideal. If not, then we start talking about taking that initiative in the latter. Maybe they've attacked us, but you certainly quickly catch up. If that doesn't work, so I always class that like a 3-second window. So if after that 3-second window you've not dealt with it, then it becomes a fight. Right? So then of course you've got to cross all the skills. So everything you're learning in kata, how to punch, how to strike, how to kick, how to grapple, how to throw, is part of it. But all of a sudden rather than say, for example, the way that I do it is I can split it this way. From kata application and dealing with non-consensual violence, it's kind of this. I don't want no trouble, mate. Blah, blah, blah. It's gone beyond that. This is no longer anymore. It's now fighting. So now, from here, now it comes to here.
Right.
Which you kind of base it around like Tyson's peekaboo style. Gustav Mahler's peekaboo style. So rather, I don't then fight, we don't box, I just cover this way. Well, I know I'm going to be hit, but still look for that opening. So I don't want to fight, we're not exchanging blows. You might throw whatever you want at me, I'm looking for my opening.
And that's
I'm
where
still looking to take it away.
and that's where hopefully our training is coming to.
That
the throw, the blow you do that is the one that.
Exactly. It's not.
Each shot counts, as you say.
It's kind of, even Musashi said, never fight at the same tempo as your opponent. Right? Which is, we don't want to be stood there just both trading blows. That's not a trained person. You know, if it's gone beyond that 3-second window where I'm not dealt with you immediately, and now it comes to fight, we have like a certain set of skills, we call them bridging skills. So like I said, I've hit you and it's not worked, and you've not gone down, or you've not dissuaded, I'm now it's going to become a fight. So now we've got bridging skills, bridging techniques that I can move in, and now I'm going to fight you. You know, but even the mindset of a fight is still the same, it's still Ichigeki Sassi. I'm covering because I know you're going to be striking me. I don't want to be dealing with strikes this way, you can't block. So I'm covering, but all the time I'm moving in, I'm looking for that opening to still take out in that one shot. If it gets to a grapple, I've got grappling skills. If it goes to ground, I've got ground skills. But no, this is a big thing for me. We don't fight on the ground. We get up.
Right.
It's like,
so look for your chance to get up.
we have techniques that make sure you get up. Right? So it's like grappling, right? A very dangerous place to be is vertical grappling or horizontal grappling. The techniques in Kata are not grappling techniques. The techniques are called anti-grappling techniques. So so if we're in that clinch and you start to grapple me, I don't then reciprocate and grapple you back. From Kata, my techniques, like we did this morning, my techniques, for example, from Daljit at close range, is to deal with that grapple in such a way that I can now, I anti-grapple at the time to stop you grappling. It's the same on the floor. If it goes to ground, I don't want to be fighting on the ground. All the niwaza is about getting up from the ground. Even if they're on top of you, there's techniques to kind of hawk and grab and eyes and gouge and this, but it's all about getting up. Never fighting on the ground.
I have seen something recently, I can't remember what channel it was, but I saw something recently where it was, if you get on the ground, then your wrist can still help with being on the ground and doing something there, breaking or locking your wrist. Like you say, you don't want to be on the ground, but things that you do stood up, you can actually still apply some of those.
100%. But it's about, what you've got to understand is, the key principle to, and I'll probably say this completely wrong, there's an Uchiniguchi term called, I think it's called, it means do not lose. And it basically, that's what the whole premise is about, is that they've got this thing and they always speak in tongue across, and it's like, you don't win, but you don't lose. It's kind of like Funakoshi's Karate Sentenashi, like no first attack. Everybody takes that, certainly in the West, they take that as never attack anyone first. Of course it doesn't mean that. What it meant was, and what it originally meant was, you don't let nobody else attack you first. By whatever means. So that means I'm preemptive.
Either don't be there or hit them before they hit you.
What it means is don't let someone hit you first. You know, but in the West we've gone to this, I don't know, but like kind of pseudo samurai, aren't we? You know, we must never attack first.
Well, maybe someone put that phrase together with the fact that all cutters seem to start with a block. That's why.
A good follow-on to this, is is to work on that impacting. So the first one comes in as a grab, and I go here, I end up here, takes you to sushi, it gives me feedback, I go here, but then it gives me this. Don't do this now, don't go here, and that's here, because guess what, that's where he is, it's where his head is. What you don't do now is this. Okay, it's not this. You need to be able to create power statically or figure eight. Okay, so you go here. Oh, he gives me that now. Now I from here work on the shot. So that's what being to his job. Okay, I go palm, brings this up, and then. Same with this one. When this one comes over, it's exactly the same principle. I go shit. From here, I can bring it up in front of his head and gives me a target. It's fantastic. What, you know, it's kind of in line with his head and allowing me figure eight. But I'm still here controlling that situation. You understand? It's a fantastic thing to add on. Okay, you got it? Right. So get a focus, mate. Do the first two with a mate and get used to the reality of what power generation means. It doesn't mean that you go and then it enables me to go. Because what he's going to do? Yeah. Even if he just goes, shit, I could miss. It's going to be done from here. So that pad comes up, okay, in line with his head. Round about the same height and round about the same, and I'm here. So then I move, and I'm here. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times just to work on the technique. Figure eight. No self-controlling all the time. I'm not kind of dropping my hands and making picky tames yet. Yeah? Here. Comes in. Back to that control, back to that limb control. Here. Okay?
I give it a ball.
Don't waste a shot. I see it all the time. You see that they move out and then they don't come wash it out in their eyes or something. Kick them in the head. What's that going to do? You've got to make. This is the premise of what we call Ichigeki Izatsu, meaning that every shot counts. You've got to try and literally. It doesn't mean to kill with one blow. Okay. It means to end it with one blow. So my intention is to, if I have one shot, a clean shot, that needs to end it. This is why we do so much power generation. This is why you should spend your life on the Makiwara. Hard work, bad work. You need, you know, this is why the Kata is so full of power generation.
Code to make it power.
Right, okay.
Right, so Gamaku. So you've got this central koshi, this connection. Chinkuchi is that release from it,
right, okay.
But also Chinkuchi also means everything in it in the correct order.
Okay.
Michimi is rather than like off.
The time on target.
Yeah. Luncheon is where you've got it. It's that more innate, where it's visualization where I'm putting the shot inside.
Right.
So Luncheon means to pierce.
Yeah.
Okay. And then back to Gamaku. So what this means is you don't literally. It's kind of like here and then it's still on.
Yeah.
And then the end result is Atifa, which means shot with. Yeah.
Oh, this is very familiar.
Yeah. What we did today was a shot in the show. We're showing the Makiwara. I've used Makiwara.
Yeah, but not the proper one, just one of those actual house.
You punch that.
Yeah.
Not like that, use the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you get used to what kind of power you need.
Yeah.
And so the intention is to set the purpose on. So to set that distance away.
Okay.
Right? So the idea of this is a fish and a half distance. So if I can make that, hit that, you can say, that is inside here. Right? So don't try right off the bat, but you can try and hit it and see if you can make it. I know you won't, but yeah. This is why you need the chino stick.
This is Fernando Sensei would say, you're not having your structure right because I'm bouncing off it.
Yeah. Okay, so if I show you, we're going from this side here. Right, so when we're talking, so this is like the cheat code to making power, right? So Gamaku, yeah? So it's set. Inside, set, boom. Then Chinkuchi, we're going to release that, so boom, boom. And it doesn't need to be right from here. The idea of this is to create not power as such, but shot rate. So the intention then is if I can hit it and that hits that, right, it's going inside you.
Yeah.
So we start off here and we'll just go in.
Yeah, I can see it.
Then I want it short, still hit here. Lovely and short, no big movement, no big hip rotations, just here.
Yeah. So I can see
Every
it.
time it's hitting, but from here.
Yeah.
So once you've got that,
And I can see the time on target as well.
Yes.
That you're on for, yeah.
so that hitting that every time, quite easy for me, means not showing off, means I can distribute.
Yeah.
If I imagine hitting your head,
Forget it. Yeah.
hitting the body, the central nervous system is cabbaged.
Yeah.
That's what a TIFA is.
Yeah.
There's another term that goes along with this called shai-shi. And shai-shi means to use the body, the breath and the mind as one. So that also means moving, breathing, intention.
My first time hitting Makiwara. Okay.
But it's kind of the purposeful. So that distance is what's set to them all. This is why it's, and you've got this kind of thing to work on, you know, not hikite, but hold and gamaku.
Okay.
This kind of thing. All these training aids hold you under.
That is cool.
You know? But like I said to you today, it's all about, if I'm forced to hit you, it's got to be the best it can be.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hit you and it not work,
Yeah.
and then you come back at me.
Yeah.
There's many things going on there. I've hit you, it's not affected you, your ego and your
Yeah.
it's up,
It's
you
up.
think, you know,
can't even
so you're going to attack me differently, you're going to think, I've got him, he's mine.
They'll try and mold you, as I said.
Yeah.
But yeah, this also tells me that the one I've got at home, which obviously I haven't practiced enough on, but it's what it is. It's lumber wood, and it's got some slots down the side, you know, and it's got some springs in the middle.
Yeah, don't use it.
And the movement, it can't even if you could, it doesn't have that level of movement.
What that'll do, if you use that kind of Makiwara a lot, you'll end up with lung damage.
Okay.
The shot wheel will go back in.
Go back in.
The reason the taper and the flex, yes, is to create nunchu on this piece of the technique, but also it's not kind of like you're not kind of going and going back into your.
Yeah.
You need to release that chinkuchi. You will let it go.
It was a nice feeling. And what wood is this?
They are oak.
Oak. I'm gonna have to make them. But the floor bit that's the bit I need to try and.
All we do is right. So basically, you get it's like a 4x4 post.
Yeah.
You get your local mill to rip it down the middle.
Yeah.
Right. So it's tapered. I'll send you the dimensions, right?
Yeah.
And then basically you get 2 Makiwara.
Yeah.
Right. And then all we do is we get a local iron guy to just make a plate that we can just sandwich in between and bolt it, and we bolt it down.
Yeah, but it's the bolting down. What if you bolt it down?
Well, this was done as part of the floor. They're bolted up.
Yeah, because you can feel it.
Yeah.
So just in a regular house or something like that, you can't really
Concrete garage and just concrete bolts and but they'd have to be good for on. You'd be surprised at how you start to generate.
I know what I'm doing now. I couldn't even hit it. So yeah, first time on it. To be honest, I never thought I'd be that good at it. Is it okay if I give it a couple more? So if you instruct on it, so tighten up, connect first. To not miss, what am I doing? Just focusing mentally and with the breath, or does it all come together?
Yeah. So what you want to do is connect, right? And then don't right. So if you watch, right? So don't go for power, right? So get it in line with this pocket here, right? So when you hit, just sink, right? And just bring it back. I normally teach you, I'll be fingers like that, come to gank and not hit, right? So just go here, just go. The main thing first is that one of the first things is learning muchi. You stick on. Because most people, when they come in this dojo and say, can I have a go with Makiwara? So yeah, they always go. Right? Now that's okay. That's what I do here. Right. So this one I practice thorough. Right?
Yes.
So, but because I can't go, I'll call skin off my knuckles. What I do is I practice the push it up after.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go here, so you go in.
It just.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what that's doing there is, rather than just going,
Oh, you don't want to feel
you
it.
go in, I'm putting it in.
Yeah.
So all I means,
Yeah.
in and up. So the main thing first is learning mutin,
Yeah.
right? And hit with your structure. Before there's any involvement in power, you've got to prepare your body for impact. Yeah. So the first thing there, forget about hip rotation, right?
Okay. Weight transfer.
Right? But just set yourself just down so you're connected and just that's it. Good. And breathe. No, it's whatever you want. That's it. And then a good one, once you've got that, right? So then what you're going to do is when you set yourself, pull that and set yourself. Right? So it's set. Now keep that. Now hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah? Yeah? Different, isn't it? Yeah? So you're not going like hikite and pull. Pull, set, keep that. So now you've got a gamakuya. So hit with this. That's it. Different, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I can feel how getting good at that can give you that impact and that confidence that if you hit something, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it's about. This,
That's amazing.
the Makiwara needs to be, if you're training for dealing with violence, let's be honest, got to be truthfully honest, right? Ultimately, you're going to have to hit someone.
Yeah.
Right? So if you've got to hit someone, it's got to be the best strike that you can do. It needs to end it. I don't mean you end them, but it needs to end
In the fight.
Yeah, immediately. It's what Ichigeki, that's what it means, to end in one shot. And you'll only get that. What's the first thing you do in every kata? Don't say look. I know that's look. But every kata, what's the first thing you do? Yeah, and then look, but then move. So every time you move in kata, this is why every kata moves, because every movement forward or sideways is delivering mass. The idea is, if you've got to hit somebody, you've got to have a shot that takes them out. You can't have people that punch fresh air all their life in the karate or any martial art and never impact or never work on power generation. The first time you hit somebody for real, you're going to have the biggest wake-up call you've ever had. When you go bang and they just go, what was that for? You're in the shit. I want every one of my shots to count.